Those of you who have been watching my channel know that the Nikon F100 is one of my favorite cameras of all time. But it has a flaw, and a pretty big one. It's this latch. It breaks real easy. I've gotten a lot of emails and comments and posts from people who have this exact same problem, and I've had it too. Like, this is actually just a donor body that I have that suffers from that issue, and I just pull pieces off of it when I need to fix other Nikon F100s that I have. But yeah, theoretically, if I could just fix this door, then I would have another working Nikon F100. And it sounds like there's a lot of other people with the same problem. So that's why my ears perked up when Jeremy Mudd, a friend of mine, said that he had found a way of fixing this from another photographer that he knows. So basically what goes wrong is that there are two little plastic teeth in the door, and those plastic grips break off really easily. So on this one that's broken, you can see that, yeah, there's just nothing for the body to grab onto. This door is just broken. And it's a shame because everything else on this works fine. It's just the door doesn't stay closed. And I guess you could tape it closed or something, but that's no good. Jeremy pointed me towards an eBay store where someone's actually manufacturing replacements that fix this door problem. So I ordered some, and let's see if it works. Now with the power of movie magic, we've jumped forward in time, and look, I got a latch that actually works. Okay, let's walk through the steps to fix this thing. First, you actually need to get the supplies. So the main thing you need to get is a new metal latch and the file guide that goes with it. There's a ton of different eBay stores. I just went with the person that Jeremy recommended to me, and it seems like he might be one of the originals, but there's a ton of these out there, and I can't really vouch for all of them, but I'll include the link to where I bought mine below. Also, you're going to need a file, super glue, and a clip of some sort. Some places recommend getting some like grease for the latch, which is not an essential thing, but if you want to use it, you can. I would also recommend getting some gloves just for when you're handling the glue, just for safety's sake, but you know what you're doing, right? So the first step in the actual repair is to remove the back door, and fortunately the back door of the F100 is super easy to take off. All you'll do is open the back up. On the inside of the hinge, you'll see this little like flathead screw looking thing that's silver. That's actually something you'll push down on and pull towards you, and that'll actually disengage the top little pin of the back latch, and the whole thing will come right out. You want to take off the back door completely because you don't want to fill up your camera with dust while you're doing file work. It just makes the whole thing way easier. So now that you have the back of the camera off, you're going to attach the little guide to where the broken pins are. So this basically helps you figure out where you need to file off and just do it really precisely. So you'll fit it down and it'll fit into place, and you'll be able to just see the plastic broken prong sticking out from above it. So once you have that guide in place, you're going to need to file off all of the excess plastic, and it's plastic. It's pretty easy to file. So you take your file, just go at it. The guide will kind of protect the rest of the door, and just make sure you don't accidentally file your hand or something. Just be careful. The whole thing, just always be careful. And make sure you really grind all the plastic off, because even if you leave a little bit behind, the back new metal teeth just won't fit in right. So you really want to do a thorough job here. Once everything's ground off, you're going to remove the guide, and then you're going to put in the new metal teeth just to check to make sure that everything fits and it looks like it's in the right place. Once everything looks like it's good, it's time to glue it in place. Now with super glue, a little goes a long way, so just put a little bit on there, put it in place, make sure it fits just right, and then put a clip on there, and then recheck to make sure that everything is still in the right spot. You really don't want the glue to dry in the wrong spot, or else, it's really hard to get things that are super glued together off. And now you wait. You let the glue dry. The clip helps like really keep it in place at the beginning, but if it falls off or gets knocked off, it's not the end of the world. If you have any excess super glue that kind of squeezed out of it, you can always grind that off. So now you got a new latch on your camera, so let's test out to make sure it works. You're going to put the door back into the camera. You're going to put the bottom pin in first, and then you're going to pull down on that tab again, and it should snap right back into place. Now your door is back where it needs to be. And yeah, to test it, you're going to close the camera just like you always did. And it should snap right into place. If you did it correctly, there should be no gaps. There should be no problem with getting it open and closed. It should work basically like it did before, just with metal teeth instead of plastic. This is by far the most common problem with the Nikon F100. It's a really robust camera, but yeah, that plastic door latch just wasn't up for the job. I mean, there's a reason why on the F5 that whole thing is made of metal, and that's not going anywhere. So it's really great to see people bring this fix out, because it's not like you can go out and buy another door for these. Now, if you have a already functioning door, like I wouldn't, grind down a perfectly working plastic door just to put this fix on there. Like, I know some people are saying like this is like the ultimate version of this, but if the regular door works, it works. Like, I have a version of the camera that has worked for years and it's fine. But it makes me sleep a lot better knowing that my backup camera has a functional door now. And yeah, this is a great fix. It's a little costly, but I mean, what about film photography is affordable? So yeah, with this fix, your camera should have years and years, if not decades more, of good, solid photography in store for it. So thanks for watching, and happy shooting.